Just a brief debriefing of Punjas Battle of Giants 2020. We'd like to thank the sponsors, Punjas Group of Companies, for coming on board during this difficult time. As you all know, COVID-19 has affected everyone around the world and also the financial institutions, business houses and everything. But it showed a great strength in Punjas Group of Companies as a corporate social responsible company to come on board and sponsor Fiji FA with the Battle of Giants 2020. If you look at it, was a tremendous support for the economy of Lautoka. It brought in a lot of people into Lautoka during this difficult time, and we are thankful to Lautoka City Council, also doing a wonderful job with our chairman of the grounds committee, he has Musa. If you look into it, the economy, how it affected and everything, Tanwa Hotels, the waterfront, the manager Naren said he has never seen a car park so full after so many months. And this is something that reflects whether it's other hotels there too, and they benefited together with it. As far as the tournament itself is concerned, it was a very successful one, and if you look into it, there were a total of 63 goals scored in it, and the Golden Boot Award was given to Jasneet Vikas of Nasinu, who scored 3 goals in the shortest amount of time, and that's how it was decided. And the total drug test that we did was 96, and media have been asking, there were only 2 positives in it, as you all know, and we have got a very stringent drug policy coming through from WADA, which we have circulated to the districts, and to help with that, we have got Nishant Patel, who is a qualified physiotherapist. He's a degree holder in physiotherapy. He will be joining Fiji FA as a physiotherapist. He'll be based in Suva and Ba when national teams are in there. While he's not, national teams are not there, he will be going around the districts with our medical committee led by Dr. Ronald Kumar and Dr. Kapil Swami and the medical committee with Nishant, teaching the districts what banned substances are in WADA. So we want to make sure the players know what is banned and everything. They don't need to take it because it can pick up anything, the test that we are doing, and it is in line with the WADA total guidelines and regulations. And we want to do this as we are the only sporting organization doing it, because from next year, 2021 January, FastNock with their own anti-doping is coming on board and everything, and it's a very strict, stringent policy like WADA, and somebody caught, they are banned for life. So this is something we want to make sure the players gets all the knowledge they need and to avoid it. It has to be a drug-free sport, and that's what we're trying to do. Another thing we want to make sure that we complied with every COVID-19 regulations the government had put in place, and we are very sure that yes, whatever people are saying, Fiji FA complied with it. The reason being, on day 1, we sold 2,388 tickets. On day 2, 3,134. Day 3, it was 2,450. Day 4 was 4,281. And day 5 was 1,037. Whereas total capacity that we could do it was 5,850. So if you look at from the numbers and the tickets we sold, we complied with the 50% occupancy, and the social distancing was there in the stadium holding the capacity there. So, you won't have everybody pleased with it, but we as a sporting organization, we know we complied with it, and we had also written to the Sports Commission and everything, and they know it, and Lautoka City Council can confirm it. And we had health officials from Suva on the first day and everything, and we made sure they were accommodated and everything to make sure that we complied with the COVID-19 regulations as far as the tournament is concerned. And I can definitely say that we are the first sporting organization in the world to have a tournament. If you can look it all around the world, with the spectators, we are the first sporting organization to hold it. And that's why we are proud that we complied with all the regulations, and that when we now are ready to go to the next competition, that is the courtside EC in Suva in ANZ Stadium. And from there onwards, it will be the Vodafone Fiji Fact in Lambasa. Both the sponsors are on board with us, and definitely this tournament will go ahead. As we have already told people, we want to make sure we help our nation, we help the proud Fijians to be COVID-free. And the only way we can do it is we cannot be passing community transmission, and the tracing has to be really full force. And that is the reason we insist on Care Fiji app to be downloaded. If they can't download it, they won't be allowed to enter the stadium, and we will make sure that it happens. So it is not that we are trying to impose something on you, but it is for your own benefit and making sure, as proud Fijians, we're helping the country to stay COVID-free. And if any transmission happens, the tracing app is the fastest way that people can be traced and everything and taken into quarantine. So that is the whole reason we did it. We wanted to make sure that we work hand in hand with the Ministry of Health, and we thank the Ministry of Health, the Royal Fiji Military Forces, the Discipline Forces, for coming on board and helping with this, getting these regulations implemented and making sure that sports stays sport-free is from this COVID-19. Yes, he's a second offender, but we won't name the player or anything. As you all know, it's a player's rights that we try and protect, but other than that, media somehow finds it. But from Fiji FA's point of view, we will not name the player. It's something that we want to keep it. And most of you will pick it up. They know if the player hasn't played or whatnot, then you know who the player is, and that's how it happens. And just to add to it, it is not that it's the end of a sporting career for them. We give them a chance to serve a certain amount of time. If you see this time around, they were during the COVID-19 period and problems, we uplifted certain players that had done more than 50 to 65% of their time. And at the same time, there's a condition, they have to get tested every month till the 3-year ban is totally completed. And they become the ambassadors of Fiji football as say no to drugs in football. And they'll be wearing t-shirts and everything and moving around in the tournament venues and during the Fiji football games too. Yeah, the IDC, Courts IDC will be in ANZ Stadium Suva. We just have to do a final sit down with the Sports Council, Lithiana and them, to iron out a few things that we want to iron out. And that will be done by this Friday. And the Vodafone Fiji Fact will be in Subrel Park, Lambasa, as long as Lambasa Town Council adheres to all the OHS requirement that we needed for them to get it done, because we need the whole stadium. And it's not only one stadium that is open and 2 stadiums is open. It cannot be done, because taking all the teams from here to Lambasa is a difficult task. And that is the reason and the expense and everything we want to avoid it. But yes, Vodafone is on board with Vodafone Fiji Fact. Yes, Futsal code is a different code that we take separately. Lami Football Association under its banner never had a futsal competition with them. It was a separate Lami Football Association that used to play football, futsal with their 16 clubs in there. And that is the whole reason that is done. The association itself is relegated for the 11-a-side and all those things. Futsal is a different code, and we allow that to happen because they met all the requirements with the 16 clubs and having always the club competitions.